Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on this 2020 Chevy Silverado. It's already got a flip kit in the rear, I believe lowering control arms in the front. We're going to do a reckless underbed notch. We're going to bring the back down 3 inches with shackles. The front, we're going to go down another couple more inches as well, drop spindles. So we're going to get this one even lower. And this is just for now. Customer wants to go lower, lower than what I'm doing to it today. And then eventually, I believe he said he wants to bag it. So this one will be fun. These are the parts we're installing today. Some leveling struts. You can either lift, level, or lower with these. First time using these, so we'll get those set up. New rear shocks, reckless underbed notch, drop shackles, shock extenders. And we get all this knocked out today. Got the tailgate, bumper, the bed off as you saw. Next, I'll pull the helper bags on both sides, get some of these electronics, get some of the wiring out of the way. This air line out from in the frame. That way we can get the reckless notch put on. Get the wheels off, cover the back window. I'll even pull the spare tire off too. Because once he goes lower, it's going to get to the point where it's going to start rubbing. So I'll set up the camera so you guys can watch again. Start doing that more. Been slacking on it a little bit in my last couple videos. Like I said, it's just been real busy, real hot. And it's just it gets time consuming. So we'll get back on it. All right, got this far. Got the helper bag brackets off. These things are pretty rusted and seized. Right now I've got the U-bolts soaking with some penetrating oil. I don't want to break them. If we have to, we'll get new ones, but everything's really tight. I got to take off the U-bolts so I can lift up the axle, take these helper bag brackets out because they're going to be moved to the back. That way they're not in the way. They're completely in the way of doing the notch right now. So we'll take a little break and then get back on this. Got the helper bags mostly tore down. This is really why you don't skimp out when you buy your drop kits. This drop kit's from well-known companies. You can see the threads are, they're not fine threaded. It's coarse threaded. It's gonna have some load, so it's gonna need, some space in there pretty much. This kit, fine threaded. This U-bolt came off, but the other three, this one seized up. Why? Because whoever put it on over torqued it and seized it. And it could be possible from looking at this that they even used Loctite and over tightened it, which are both no good. You ever have to service it, this is what happens. So the other side wouldn't budge, as you could see. Breaker bars, everything I had. Well, I had to cut all four of this side. This side wasn't budging. He's just, yeah, they were just straight seized. You could see, right, let's see if I can get that out of the way. Oh yeah, corroded, rust, dirt, they're done. I was already bending before I cut it because it was oh yeah. Oh yeah, somebody well over torqued these. Luckily I have another set, so we can keep moving forward. I gotta get these helper bags off and out of the way. Then I'll take the brake lines, move them out of the way. The electrical wiring, it's now on this side that used to be on that side. I'll move it out of the way. We'll move everything we can, clean up this frame, and get these notches going. These 2020s take a little more time. They got a lot more wiring in them, that's for sure. But you bring it to me, we'll get it done, whatever you need. Whatever year, make, model, condition, we'll figure it out. Alright, frame's ready. Now I can set the notches on, mark where I need to clean up, start cleaning this up. You can see I got the wiring all disconnected and out of the way. I'll still have to, like usual, lately there's a pattern. When vehicles come in and get work done and I have to disassemble things, that's supposed to be flipped around. I put washers here because I had to take the helper kit apart temporarily. But that's not supposed to be that direction. It should have been flipped when the flip kit was installed. So I'll correct that. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next phase. Get these notches taken care of. Beside the electronics on these new trucks, there's everything's electronic. Even it looks like the parking brake's electronic on these new ones. You can see all the electric right here. But other than that, I like the frames. Get rid of all the electrical stuff. These frames will be nice. Definitely ready to bag one day. Be nice to lay one of these bodies out. We'll see. Never know what the future holds. Got the frame all cleaned up. I'll slap on the reckless notches, get them where I need to be, start welding them. These GM's known for coming with this coating. Got it all clean. I'll set the time lapse and let you guys watch again. Got the notches on, haven't welded anything yet, just have them in place. About to weld all the outside, both sides. And once I weld all that, we'll cut all this out. Got this one already clamped up, ready to go. I'll set the camera up in a second after I shut the doors. It's getting dark, so I don't want no bugs coming in here voluntarily, if I can help it. So all the edges are cleaned up, ready to glue this together. Alright, that step is done. All welded up. Next, I'll cut out the middles. Like I said, next I'll cut these out on both middles, then we'll plate that and paint it, and the notch will be done. All right. Got the centers cut out. Next, time to plate it. I'll prep these in a minute. Clean them up, because you want bare metal when you weld, better contact. Get that taken care of next. Once we get those welded in, we'll paint it. Then we'll start installing everything for the rear the new drop shocks, extensions. I got to do the helper bags. Got to put the helper bag kit back together. So we'll get this squared away for them. Alright, well, I'm completely soaked. Wearing that jacket and the full welding gear and wonderful, looks like 108-degree weather in here. But notch is all done, fully welded, both sides, bottoms, everywhere it's supposed to be welded. I'll clean it up with a wire brush a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and paint it, and the notch is done. So here, let me show you a close up to it. Like I said, welded all the way around, everywhere. Fully welded. I'll paint it up, and this one's done. Got the shackles in. Right now I'm mocking up the hot helper bags. Normally they'll mount like right here. I'm moving them over. I need to get longer bolts, and I'm modifying the lower plate so it'll still be straight. This is where they had it. This is where we're putting it. So I'll take the original studs. I cut them out already. These were welded in. I went ahead and cut them out. And I'll weld them back in, and we'll have this back together in no time. Getting there. Got all the flip kit back on. Used U-bolts that I had. I went ahead and used them. The bags are on. The brackets moved over. You saw they're modified. I'm gonna tap and drill and mount this. Right here, you can see the 2 silver dots. That's gonna be screwed into right there. This is with all the pressure on it. So basically with it all the way on the ground, there's the truck's completely jacked up, so it's all the pressure there. All the clearance and everything looks good. Rear is done except for cutting the support on the bed and putting back on, the bumper back on. Went ahead and installed some shock extensions. Got the airline routed better. I'll actually be able to tee this down in there and then run the line right through here to the bumper. Before they had it zip tied and wrapped and mangled around everything. Whoever installed this. Move the bags forward, actually have clearance. Had to make sure of that before I even moved them. They're deflated now. Customer more than likely will be bringing it back for 2-inch blocks. He wants to be at about 10 inches drop in the rear. I'll get all this back together and then we'll get on the front. The front, we're gonna go down another inch or 2. We'll see with the struts. We'll get this thing riding low. Might be the lowest static of this body style in Central Florida, this low. Alright, got the airline secured, bumper on, rerouted the airline, ran it through here, nice and hidden. That way it ain't touching nothing. If you drop your tire, it'll still stay up. All that's tight, torqued, ready to go. Next, I got the bed stood up as you saw. This support brace has to go. As you can see, the frame steps up higher. I mean, the notch steps up higher than the frame. And that's how you can make, well, that's how they do the underbed, is they take advantage of this. Once you cut it off, you got the extra 2 inches. So I'll set up the camera in a minute after I take a short break and we'll get that cut. And depending on what time it is, we'll get possibly the bed back on, get the bolts on, get all the connectors connected. All right, there's the rear, sitting right above the tire. It'll still settle a little, but that's nice and low, man. Helper bags are all the way down at the moment. Next, we'll get the front down a few inches. Yeah, we'll get this front down a few more. These are the ones, like I said, are fully adjustable. Just you take these sleeves out. It'll be the first time for these for me to install, which is simple. Just break the strut down and put these on instead. So I'll take a quick little break and then we'll get back on the front. Well, we'll get on the front. Back's done. All right, as you saw, front's disassembled. I'll go get some spring compressors so I can disassemble the strut itself. But the struts are out. This one will be on the road soon. A few more hours. I went ahead and swapped over the coils already off of the factory struts. I have the new coils just sitting there. New struts with the coils on them just sitting. Fixing to install them in a second. Got them ready for both sides. These Beltecs, they have an adjustment perch right here. You can this can go down another inch. We're only doing 2 inches in the front for now. He's looking at drop spindles and other things. Eventually, like I said, he wants to bag this. He's looking at us to do it. So I'll set the cameras back up and we'll get this button back up and get it on the floor. See how it looks. Well, customer went ahead and brought me a set of upper control arms. Went ahead and tore it back down. Got everything out except for the arm. I informed him and let him know. As you can see, we're missing some bushings. And it's on both sides. There's bushings missing. He hit up the company that makes this, IHC, and they weren't very clear on the bushing size. So he went ahead and got a new set of arms. These are made to fix, supposedly to fix. Staying out of the way. They're, I guess, made to fix and correct the alignment on these newer lower trucks. So we're gonna give them a shot. Comes with all new hardware. I don't know why they sent so many grease fittings. Only had to use 4. They already have them in the ball joints. I already put the ball joints on. They come with new ball joints. Haven't tore this side down yet. This will be tore down next. But like I said, the bushings are completely shot on both sides. I pointed out to the customer and let him know. Completely unsafe to be driving like that. So he went ahead and ordered that other set, the set over here. So we'll go ahead and finish putting these in real quick. Everything's back together except for the wheels. I'll put them on in a second. New control arms are in. Everything's tight. Torqued, ready to go. I'll show you in a second the old arms, bushings and whatnot. Like I said, everything's back in, new cotter pins. Everything's greased up, ready to go for them. No bushing, only on one end on each one there. These were shifting, causing a lot of noise. Also causing him not to be able to align it properly. Some alignment shops won't touch it. If they notice that, they'll tell you to fix it before they even attempt to set an alignment on it. So I'll get the wheels on and we'll get it out of here. All right, there it is, all done. On the floor. Nice and low. Looks good for a daily. He can go another inch lower in the front if he chooses, which he may, I believe, will do. 1 inch lower in the front and then another 2 in the rear. And like I said, he wants to bag it eventually, but I think this looks good for now. And he's got the helper bags in the rear as well, in case it gets too much squat or he puts some weight into it. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Bring me your new trucks, old trucks, cars, anything you want me to work on. Let me know.